What up, y'all, and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway for the second time this season, but it's covered with dirt for the 13th race in the 2022 NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series season. Only 6 races left on the schedule. Pretty big stretch right here from Bristol to Oswego, back-to-back dirt races to Papyrus, and then all the way back down in the south to Talladega. And then a 1-week break, and then we head to more dirt in Springfield and finish the season off at Chicagoland. Rookie front row, Billy Kidd and Brandon Mayhew. It's Kidd's first career pole, and joining me in the booth for this 60-lap blink and you'll miss it race is Vince Freeze.
Yeah, it's exactly how to describe it, man. It's pretty much go, 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 and no stopping here. I don't expect much, though, in terms of action, believe it or not. On the top lane, it's going to be a bottom-driven lane tonight. Maybe Audra has some problems. Can Donovan Cage sneak through? Jack James? And can Sam Young do anything from 40th? We'll find out.
This is the 7th race Jerky Pro has run at Bristol, the 5th of which is on dirt. We'll see what kind of racing we get here tonight. 60-lap event. No need for drivers to pit unless they're trying to fix some damage. Let's go through the rest of the starting lineup. You got Roy Ribbleton and Cody Magrick in row 2. Jack Holton and points leader Audra Baranowskis in row 3. Zachary DeLello and Roger James in row 4. With last year's winner here, Jack James on the dirt and PJ Vidal in row 5. Then you got Donovan Cage in 11th, and you got to go all the way to the back of the field to find Sam Young, who was unable to set a Q lap, as was Benjamin Ice and Will Parrish. Gonna go through the field from the back forward. Vince, tell me the rest of the past winners for Jerky Pro here.
Come on, man. We got Julius Anderson. That's right, Julius Anderson, 2017 the Chevy. Jonathan Zorlin, the champ from last year in the Cup. Looking to reign again. 2018 got done on the dirt, though. 2019, we had Nate Rogers, also on the dirt in Toyota. 2020, James Ellison, our good friend in Cup now. He won on dirt. 2021, the last pavement winner was Nico Tringali in the Chevy. And Jack James, the reigning winner. Can he make it back-to-back this year? We'll find out in the dirt in a Ford.
Yeah, that was a long-eluded win for Jack James. It was his first career win in the Jerky Pro Truck Series. He got his second career win at the end of July at Memphis. So a bit of a short track driver, and starting on that inside line here, you mentioned one groove track. We can see people spread out 3 wide. 4 wide is where things get dicey. Let's go trackside.
Drivers, start your engines!
So, Vince, both of the defending champions lead the point standings. But Audra doesn't have as big of a points lead. Only 98 points over Donovan Cage, 100 over Sam Young, 102 over Benjamin Ice, 114 over Delon Ibrahimian. All those drivers within 2 races of striking distance. Bristol Dirt, we know anything can happen here. Audra starts on the outside. Something might happen. Something happened to her here last year. When you look at the rest of the races on the schedule, you know Oswego was a tame race. Nobody wrecked last year. Papyrus, the strategy game gets interesting. Dega's Dega. Springfield, we know, is super speedway-esque. That gets crazy. And then Chicagoland comes down the strategy. So tonight, one of the last true wild cards, and Billy Kidd on a rookie front row leads him to the green.
And a 3 and 4 here for the first time getting up to speed. Roy Ribbleton second. There's Donovan Cage underneath Audra. That's big.
So Jack Holton was fast at Memphis, I believe it was. Or no, Kansas, before he had that flat tire. And now you see Jack James already sent it 3 wide, man. Him and Donovan Cage moving forward. Audra moving backwards on the top, but she's got a gap to get down here. Can't get down. Scott Roush sends it. As always, all incidents on the short tracks will be looked at after the race is over, as that was Gene Sanford just about getting dumped off of Chris White. Well, Vince, I mentioned it, starting on the outside does not bode well here, as, they're almost trying to wreck it in the back. But Audra's got Ibrahimian now in front of her. She and him are moving backwards. Donovan Cage moved forward on the bottom a bit, but now he's on the top to the outside of Scott Roush, as defending race winner Jack James is already behind Billy Kidd looking for the lead 5 laps in.
We do have some separation in the back. We Might have had a little checkup, maybe a little incident.
Oh,
there we go.
Yael Carrillo's blown up. Chris White's got damage. Lane Sanders involved.
Gotta be careful here.
This could get tricky. Carrillo really holding it as far down as he can. Tough break for Carrillo. He's got one short track win to his name. Dodge Motordrome his rookie year. Audra's still falling back. You see Benjamin Ice has made a ton of ground from the back of the field. Reggie Fogelman also with damage in that incident. As now Cody Magrick put Jack James to the top. Was going to mention Lucas Catano has made his way to the front of the field. Another driver who has won at Memphis in the Truck Series. And now Dylan Ibrahimian is starting to charge forward. We saw him win at Martinsville this year.
I think that's Sam Young flying like an eagle back there over Kate.
I was wondering where he was. And what do you know? He's made it all the way up to the front in just 9 laps. Looking at almost top 10 already. And let's see, Audra has made her way to the bottom and in front of Donovan Cage.
I get put in the middle here, though. Yep.
That's Joshua Johnson in the 51, sits last in points. Has not recorded a top 10 yet this season. See a bit of an outside run there by Audra. She's going to get in the Ribbleton. That could have been bad. More so for Ribbleton than Audra. Audra looked like she could have kept it pointed straight there, but I thought Ribbleton was about to get sent sideways. Billy Kidd still the leader, but DeLello's right there on him. Carrillo, the only retiree. Chris White, I believe, has returned to the racetrack. 5 laps down. DeLello will take the race lead, looking for his first career Jerky Pro Truck Series win in his sophomore season. But Sam Young, man, these Team Penske Fords have been fast on the shorties this year.
Yeah, he's looking like he's ready to take that 40th place and shove it in the trash right now if he gets this win as he's in 3rd.
Ooh,
we got more.
Holton sent it up the middle there, 3 wide. That is Henry Sanford to his inside. Audra just at the edge of the top 10 now.
Gonna have a good run here. Might send it into 1. Yep.
To the inside of Jack James, she will go looking for 9th. Fastest lap on the race belongs to Henry Sanford in the 87, a 14.848. Audra will go by Holton for 8th. No real tire wear here. It's all about just getting it to the bottom. As Sam Young looking to the inside of Jessica Strauss, as now Billy Kidd has fallen down to 5th and looking to maybe lose more positions. Sam Young knows he's got to go. He's being told Audra is coming. Moving.
A lapper ahead.
She moving, and there is Lane Sanders up ahead. Lane coming into this race 7th in the points. Not having the run he wanted. And at the back of the field, looking at a lot of rookies back here. And then there's Donovan Cage, who just keeps losing positions on that outside line. Will Parrish has made a decent amount of ground forward. He's in 26th. Max Anderson, middle of the pack. Benjamin Ice has started moving forward. He is up to 19th, and he's going to hook Bradley Ream. Oh, and Ream hit the wall. Ice wrecks with him. Mayhew gets involved. Roger James is involved.
This may not be done yet. The leaders are coming around soon.
That's Fogelman. There's DeLello. Ice gets it moving. Oh, Cody Magrick sideswiped him. Cage got to the bottom. You could see him back there on the bottom of the track. Pretty big wreck, and now Sam Young's going to use Chris White as a pick to take the race lead away from Zachary DeLello. Young looking for what would be his 4th win of the season, leading all drivers. Henry Sanford up to 3rd. Baranowski sits in 6th.
They get around White here. It's the key.
Lane Sanders will be next on the menu. As you you see Ice retired from the race. He had made a decent amount of progress, and then he got involved in that incident. Not sure where he'll finish now. Ice, or Bradley Ream rather, also retiring from the event. Young will get by Sanders with ease. Brandon Mayhew will retire. Henry Sanford, man, he's made it up to second. And Vince, we haven't seen Henry run very well consistently here in the Jerky Pro Truck Series since that outstanding 2020 regular season run. 1 win, 5 top 5s, 11 top 10s. He started it slow last year, got himself moving. I think he finished top 10 in the points.
Ooh.
But this year we haven't really talked about Henry at all. But he is 8th in the points with 2 top 5s and 3 top 10s. So he
yeah,
hasn't.
just not the consistency.
Yeah, so he's been consistent this year, Vince, but he's been quiet. He's been just outside of the top 10 a lot. Average finish of 17.5 there on the sheet. And now he's looking for his first win since 2020. He's going to challenge Sam Young. Henry's got a total of 3 wins to his Jerky Pro name. Looking to be what would be the 6th driver to hit 4 career wins in series history. And he'll take the race lead from Sam here at the halfway mark.
I think Sam Young washed up with Fogelman going both lanes, and that definitely hurt his exits, I think.
Got another lapper here. That is Mason Dagger, who's fallen back. Not sure if he was spun or what. Looking at the top 10, it's Henry Sanford, Sam Young, Jessica Strauss with an outstanding effort, Delon Ibrahimian, Jack James, Lucas Catano. Audra going back by DeLello now for 7th, with Holton 9th and Billy Kidd 10th. Blaine Saylor 11th, Gene Sanford 12th, Pat Johnson 13th, Roush, Nareza. Will Parrish up to 16th, battle for 17th between Lewis and Magarick. Almost contact, Owen Miles going by Calhoun for 19th. Donovan Cage, man, Silent Night in 21st. Onto Braxton. Johnson getting passed by Vidal. Ribbleton going by Mitchell Collins. Then Anderson 27th, Reeves, Russell, Brown, Tyler, Green, Ron Bishop. And now Dagger almost getting hit by Henry Sanford.
It's messing Sanford up. This is going to help Sam Young with a big run up top. He won't be able to send it, but it'll close just a little bit next lap around.
So we saw Billy Kidd fade. We saw Jack Holton fade. But Jessica Strauss, man, she's got something figured out here in her rookie debut on this track. She almost gets hit there by Ibrahimian, but so far holding strong inside the top 5. Baranowskis went by Jack James at some point. Now James goes right back by her. Audra knows every point's going to matter here with Sam Young in front of her. Same with Ibrahimian. Looking at the sheet again, it was Cage the closest, but only 2 points to Young and then another 2 to Ice, with Ibrahimian 12 points behind Ice. We know Ice is going to finish at the bottom of the field. His championship bid is likely over, much like Charles Sanford's, we believe, is after he got wrecked at Memphis in Cup last week. As Ibrahimian took 3rd there for a moment, but Strauss going to go right back by, and we've already got 21 laps to go as Lucas Catano's making a charge forward. Might be a good sign of things here for Catano. Vince, remember the 39 driven by Zach Rogers won at Oswego last season. And Catano strong here on dirt tonight. Could be a sign of good things to come next week.
Yeah, next week's all about track position. Now, we've seen top 3 or 4 can run away, and then it gets clustered up as Chris White again really off the pace.
Well, the other thing about Oswego compared to this track is Oswego's relatively flat. You can kind of get some runs to work on the outside line if you're side by side with somebody, but you can also send it 4 wide like we saw Zach Rogers do, and you're going so slow that there's really not much risk of sliding up into somebody. So that'll be fun to watch, but I thought this battle might be over, Vince, but Sam Young has started to track Henry back down.
There's no tire wear. You got to cool your stuff. Trying different lines. I like how Sam Young's going. That outside line may not work, but he's getting a little cleaner air, and that can help the tire life just a little bit, even though it doesn't matter much.
Strauss back to 3rd. Catano now taking 4th from Ibrahimian. as Baranowskis has made it back up to 6 once again. Her and Jack James just continuing to cycle this position. It's DeLello solidly in 8th, as Holton has made it by Billy Kidd for 9th, as they struggle to get by Chris White. Let's see, Chris White is only a second off the pace. It doesn't seem like much, but you can really see it on the straightaways. Only gets up to about 123 there. Let's see what DeLello gets up to here. 133, so a 10-mile-an-hour difference at the end of the straightaway. And now Audra is challenging Ibrahimian for 5th.
If I could get a P3, a podium, that'd be big for a championship. And if Sam Young does not win this race, that'd be also big.
Catano has cleared Dagger in 3rd, and he is eyeing the leaders ahead of him. See this time by if he gains any time here. He is. That's a 1/10 of a second right there. He's got to keep that up, though. Only 12 laps to go. And Sam Young is peaking for the race lead on Henry Sanford. As there's been a wreck in front of him. Chris White finally got dumped by somebody, and he is dead in the dirt at the bottom of the racetrack.
I think he's gone now. Should be.
I'll have to wait and see who that would have been that got into him. Sam Young takes the lead with 10 to go. Catano is closing.
Audra for 4th.
Yep, there it is to the inside for 4th. Strauss gets a little bit of a run there. Ibrahimian to the inside of Dagger. Dagger a lap truck. Cup race tomorrow night will be 70 laps, and will go by just as fast as this one. But as always, we look at all incidents after the race is over. 8 to go. Catano is still inching forward, but not as quickly now that Sam Young has taken the lead. And Ibrahimian is looking to challenge Audra back for 5th. This is big team play right here by Ibrahimian, Vince. It not only benefits him, but it more so would benefit Sam Young, as there's been another wreck. Owen Miles, Austin Tyler involved. Roy Ribbleton got a piece of it.
Boy, really slow.
Ribbleton is going to bring it to the pit lane. But as I was saying, Vince, that's a 3-point difference from 5th to 6th. That helps Sam Young a ton, especially if he wins this race. 5 to go. All eyes
guaranteed.
All eyes now focused on the leader, but like you just said there, Vince, no guarantees.
And we've seen wrecks with 4 to go, 3 to go. There's slow cars, slow trucks everywhere. Anything can happen here.
Chris White officially out of the race as a ton of more trucks fell a lap down. Top 10 has changed. Pat Johnson into 10th. Billy Kidd now down to 12th as Brad Lewis jumps up to 11th. 3 laps to go. A couple of trucks here in front, but Sam Young has haze green between him and Henry Sanford. Be 2 laps to go.
Play cool here. Let those lappers get to the high line and drive right by, or just stay right behind. It's got a nice second gap here, I think.
Catano right on the bumper of Henry Sanford as they catch Hayes Green and Roger James. White flag is out. Man, what a season by Sam Young. Came into the year with no wins, and he's going to come out with at least 4 wins. But the short track dominance has been impressive. It might continue next week, but Sam Young tonight wins at Bristol Dirt, and Henry Sanford in a 3-wide finish for 2nd with the lap truck. Ibrahimian gets 4th. Jessica Strauss fell to 5th. You see, Sam Young had one of the last stalls, so I think he's actually going to show up as being retired on the official results.
My goodness.
Baranowskis comes home 6th, Jack James 7th, DeLello 8th, Holton 9th, Pat Johnson rounds out the top 10. So 3 rookies inside the top 10 tonight. There you see all the retirees. Let's go take a look at all the incidents. Looking at our first incident involves Chris White and Ron Bishop. Bishop going to just turn him here, and then 1, 2, 3 down the track. Fogelman gets sent sideways. Benjamin Ice, that's where his door damage came from. There's Lane Sanders getting a piece, and Carrillo, man, had nowhere to go. bounces off the 9 into the wall, goes to 31, and the 18 into the 31. And heavy damage resulted for Carrillo. So that was the first incident of the night. That wasn't the end of Benjamin being involved in something. Comes off a turn 4 with a run. It's going to hook Bradley Ream down into the inside wall. And then Ream went to turn into the corner, and he just hit the wall instead and bounces. Look at this. Oh, man. That was quite the impact there. And then Ice loses it from the contact and spins it out. And here comes Mayhew in, nowhere to go. Slides into Ice. Roger James, nowhere to go. And then nobody else got into this here, I don't think. We know everyone missed Mayhew. You see Ice was crawling. And he starts getting going.
Someone might have sideswiped him?
Yeah, right there. Magritte got into him. And then, ooh, it got dicey. Look at Daniel Brown, no lift.
Old sender.
So that was that incident. Mason Dagger checks up racing Daniel Brown, and Christian Russell is just going to barely get into him and spin him down the track. Dagger goes for 1, 2, maybe 3 spins here. 1, 2, and I'm going to say 3. Yep, and gets it back going. Well, I guess you could say somebody got sick of seeing Chris White's slow truck on the track, and Donovan's going to get a run here through 3 and 4, and Chris White just so happened to be in his way. And some people would like to say that's the Monster Energy way. Yep, just dump him out of your way. No problems there. And, man, hard lick for Chris White into the inside wall. I don't know if I agree with the Monster way, but quite the aggressive move by the vet, Donovan Cage. And that only took out Chris White, and it didn't ruin his race at all. But I'm sure White not happy with that one. Well, it didn't work out for Owen Miles as he gets up to a slow truck of Roger James, checks up for him. He's going to start hooking James, but he goes down the track himself, and instead Joshua Johnson turns him since he's to Miles' inside. Roger's going to bounce off the inside wall, keep it straight, keep it going. But Miles slides up the track, and Roy Ribbleton has nowhere to go. Bam! Austin Tyler gets a piece, sends him sideways. Christian Russell, nowhere to go, gets sent up the track. They keep moving. Tyler and Miles are sideways. And
there's the leaders.
They resume. And I want to say that was it.
Yes.
Yes, I believe so. So your winner tonight for the 4th time this season and the 4th time of his Jerky Pro career was Sam Young. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Cup race.